We're going to talk about Ford Maverick. Now, this was a Ford Maverick picture provided by someone who had a transmission replaced. And, they kind of took it as, oh, I have a brand new transmission and already it's broken. Just to let you know, when something new gets installed on a vehicle, it's not always installed properly. That's red. Red liquid is transmission fluid. So this vehicle never left its parking spot. That would be probably maybe a gasket that wasn't reinstalled, bolts that weren't torqued to the right specs. These things happen. Now, I know with the internet, the typical reaction is to sort of have that sugar high. Our brains, in regards to dopamine, our brains are geared for that quick satisfaction, that feel good. What makes people feel good? Well, I can tell you there's a whole lot more people not shopping a Ford than people who are shopping a Ford. So a lot of people gear their videos, even if you're just on forums and you come across these pictures, your brain's geared to get worked up for that sugar high, for that dopamine. And what happens is some people prey on this. Some people are making their YouTube videos and figuring, hey, how many people are looking to buy a Ford, a Dodge, a Ram, Jeep, GMC? A whole lot more people are not in the market to buy a vehicle. So what do they gear all their information at? Not buying a vehicle. And I kind of feel like this is economic terrorism. So, yeah, you're laughing.
That's hard. Yeah, that's big.
That's fine. No, laugh. Tell me about it. Tell me more about it.
No, it describes a lot, but it's a big word.
It is a
terrorism.
big. It is a big word. Okay.
But it describes what people said. They said just all Maverick are broken. They put it in general when they see only one picture. So.
Yes, and we'll talk about some specific videos in a moment, so stick with us because I'll actually back my claim. I won't just make a random claim. I'm going to back my claim with some examples. And we'll get to that 15,000K new Ford truck that's being promoted. So Ridgeview, thank you for bringing that story to me. Very appreciated. We've got a community here that helps each other out, and I'm here to help you out because I can make blasphemous, wild, outrageous, and unbelievably incorrect videos and make a lot of money. But making a lot of money on YouTube, it's like, oh, okay, so if I lie a lot, I'll make maybe $150,000 a year spreading fake, wrong news. I already have I have a good business. My life's good enough, and no matter how bad life gets, I don't want to be doing that to people. So let's get down to the real deal here. You don't want to miss out on great opportunities because there's something posted on the internet that says like, hey, look at this vehicle, it's broken. Your brain is it's a logical fallacy, but it's how our brains are geared. Our emotional response is if you see one, it feels close to you. And because it feels close to you, your brain, in order to protect itself, it's sort of like a fear protection mechanism, is going to sort of extrapolate that to a kind of convince you, make you think that, oh, this is what's going on, I need to avoid, and I need to stay clear. Well, if you look at, a few engine failures from the Z06 Corvette, you'd stay away from this vehicle. And you shouldn't stay away from this vehicle. It's a fantastic vehicle. And the Z06 Corvette has the flat plane crank, so the flat plane crankshaft engine configuration. That's very much a race engine. It's, on the top supercars. So it's not just a readily available normal engine. It's also what the Voodoo engine from Ford uses, the 5.2 liter in the GT350. When it comes to engines, top of the engine game. That's engine heaven or engine nirvana, if I may say without being blasphemous. And you wouldn't want to miss out on that engine. You wouldn't want to miss out on the Corvette just because the internet will show you, a few blown Corvettes. Mind you, there's another lesson that we can learn from this in regards to maintenance before we get on to some more concrete stuff in the show. Break-in periods. So this Corvette, the owner claims they did a great job breaking in the engine up to 500 kilometers. Sorry, 500 miles. Now, I can actually say that you're probably better off playing it safe and going to 1500 miles. And a break-in period doesn't just mean you go on the auto route, the highway, put your cruise control to 65 miles per hour and roll at the same speed. That's actually quite bad for a break-in period. What you actually want to do is not rev the engine over 4,000 RPM, and you want to, kind of drive around, deaccelerate, accelerate. When you deaccelerate, don't downshift so it's above 4,000 RPM. Now, your particular model, whether it's a Ford or a GM or a Dodge, you need to look into what the instruction manual says. And if the owner's manual says there's no break-in period, don't believe them. Take a drive around in different speed zones with stop signs, take off from the light without going over 4,000 RPM.
I'm proud of you. You said read the instruction. It never happens normally with you.
Honey, you're wearing off on me. You're wearing off on me. I know I've broken a lot of things from not reading the instruction manual, and I'm learning. I'm going to be 40 and not that long.
Yeah, you're learning. Now that you need to read the instruction, you just give me the thing and said, read it, please, and help me. So you don't have to read it.